Hi guys, welcome back to the Hot Girl Theory. I'm your co-host Tara.
And I'm your co-host Mary.
And today we have a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get right into it because I feel like we always rant a lot beforehand and then we forget about what topic we're getting into.
Yeah.
So I'm making us get straight to the point today. So we are going to be talking about the Manson Murders. I am very into true crime, as you know, so is she, and like cult-like stuff, like any spooky type of story I love. So those of you who do not know the Manson Murders, I'm going to kind of dive into it. I have some key points, and then we're going to talk about it.
Yup.
So Charles Manson was a cult leader in California, and he got a group together, and he would call them, like, his family. So he made it feel very much like they were his family members. It was really weird.
I will say, I did my homework on the way here.
Oh, okay.
I listened to the podcast on the way here.
Yeah, so they were, like, on a compound.
Yes.
Like, he had a whole compound type thing. And there would be, like, drugs involved, and he was very manipulative. And he had, like, an apocalyptic, like, ideology. Like, he would kind of, like, make them feel, I think, would he tell them, like, the world was, like, something was going on in the world?
Oh my gosh, what was it called? Yeah, there was a war going on.
Okay.
And it was either, oh my gosh, I don't remember.
He would use, like, fear to, like,
yes,
keep
but
them
he
there.
was paranoid.
Yeah.
He was paranoid that either, like, race war was going to happen.
Yes. Because he believed in a coming race war, which he called the Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter, yes.
Which was a term taken from the Beatles.
And he had told people, like, kill the white people, blame it on the black people.
Exactly. So that's what happened. Manson thought that committing the brutal murders would spark chaos and racial conflict, and they would frame the black people for the crimes.
Yeah. Which is
crazy.
Like, fucked. Like, what the hell?
So I don't think there was any black people involved in this whole thing. It was all white people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were, like, younger women, like, in their early 20s. Like, younger white women.
Yeah.
In their early 20s. It says he also resented certain people in Hollywood who he believed to have rejected him as a musician. So I guess he wanted to be a musician. That doesn't look like it went very well.
No. I guess he knew one of the Beach Boys.
Really?
Yes. So, or someone he knew the Beach Boys, and one of their songs, I guess he either created it or he stole one of the Beach Boys songs and said he created it.
Oh.
Yeah. Something like that.
So he hated the fact he didn't make it as a musician and had, like, resentment.
Yes. And he ended up killing one of the producer.
Interesting.
Of some sort of like the Beach Boys or something like that. Some sort of producer that, like, didn't take him or something like that.
Okay. So that's kind of like a backstory of who he is. But the first murders that happened were on August 8th to August 9th of 1969. So this was in Benedict Canyon in Los Angeles, and there was 5 victims. So Stephen Parent was 18 years old. He was a friend of the property's caretaker, and he was leaving his car. He was shot 4 times by Tex Watson as the first victim of the night. Then the second victim was Jay Sebring, who is 35, was a celebrity hairstylist. He was beaten and shot, tied with a rope around his neck, which was the same rope used on Tate, stabbed multiple times. Abigail Folger was 25, was the heiress of Folger's Coffee.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Tried to flee into the yard, but was caught, was stabbed 28 times by Patricia. I cannot say this name. Wojciech Frywowski.
Oh.
32 is friend of Roman Polanski. Attacked while asleep on the couch, pistol whipped, shot twice, and stabbed 51 times.
Okay, that's a little extra.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
And then the last
one,
one, which I feel like is the most infamous, like, if you know of the Manson murders, was Sharon Tate. She was 26. She was 8 months pregnant, and she was an actress. She pleaded for the life of her unborn child, but she was stabbed 16 times by Susan Atkins and Tex Watson, and the word pig was written on the front door in her blood.
Yeah, so a little backstory on that pig thing. So I guess the murders that he did before that was just a wrong place, wrong time murder.
Okay.
Because the murder he did before, which he actually never touched any murder. Like, he never killed anyone. Except for one. He shot, like, the first murder he did. But that murder, he was trying to cover up by this, they were called the Black Panthers.
Okay.
That gang. So he had spray painted or drew, like, a paw print and then, like, wrote, like, Panthers or something to try to cover it up, to think that gang did it. But then he got caught. I'm pretty sure Charles Manson was the one that he was, like, driving. They arrested him, but they didn't have any, like, actual evidence.
Okay.
And then, or I think one of his family members was in jail. I think that's what it was. Got caught for doing that because he didn't actually die.
Okay.
He got shot, but he didn't actually die. He told the police, like, who shot him. He got arrested. And then the whole plan was, okay, we're going to do a copycat murder. So it looks like that gang did it because he's in jail. So they're going to think that they got the wrong guy. And then I think that's where that murder came in.
So it says here, Charles Manson himself didn't personally kill anyone, but directed the murders. So he was always the one, like, orchestrating the leader, everything and, like, the mastermind behind everything. The second murder that happened was the La Bianca murders, which are also pretty famous, which was August 10th, 1969 in Los Feliz, Los Angeles. There was 2 victims. Lino LaBianca, who was 44, which was the supermarket executive. He was tied up in the living room, stabbed 12 times with a knife and a fork. A carving fork was left sticking out of his stomach, and the word war carved into his abdomen.
Ew.
Rosemary LaBianca, 38, Lino's wife, tied in the bedroom with a pillowcase over her head, fought hard but was stabbed 41 times by Patricia and Leslie Van Houten. And then the messages written in blood on the walls was "Death to pigs, rise, and helter skelter." And then he had many followers who followed his orders with, like, scary loyalty. Like, they would pretty much do anything, like, he asked.
Yeah. How did he get all of, like, that, like, people to trust him so much or, like, follow him?
That's my thing. That's what's really crazy. Let me see. Why did his cult...
And he had, like, a pretty big fan base. When he was on trial, he would, like, look at the jury and just, like, stare at them and would make them so uncomfortable. And he would just, like, stare into the camera, and people were loving it. It almost reminded me of, like, Bundy. Yeah. How everyone, like, went crazy for him, but it was more like he was handsome rather than crazy looking, I guess. I'm not quite sure. So
the reasons that he, like, people followed him, so the first one, Manson was highly charismatic, so especially to vulnerable people. He used charm, flattery, and a sense of belonging to draw people in. He convinced them he was a prophet or even a Christ-like figure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I guess people who are, like,
thought he was
younger
God.
And maybe they're going through something are very easily, like, persuaded into stuff like that. And then he would do drugs with them, especially LSD. So it would break down the followers' like mental inhibitions.
Oh, wow.
And during the acid trips, he would guide their thoughts, inserting his philosophy while they were suggestible. He'd often take less LSD himself so he could remain in control. And then, like I said, he would target the younger ones, like late teens, early 20s, from troubled or broken homes. So ones that, like, didn't have a good family base.
Yeah.
And they craved love, acceptance, and direction, which Manson provided because he offered a family and unconditional belonging. So I feel like that's, like, the main reason. Was because if they didn't have a family at home, they finally had a place to, like, call home.
That's really sad because he's, like, preying on really vulnerable people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I think his parents abandoned him.
Maybe that's why he did, like, the family type.
Because he was in and out of boys' schools, I think.
Okay.
But he got, like, abused there, like, sexually and physically abused.
Wow.
And then he would do that to other people.
My God.
Like, when he was still, like, younger. So I think maybe that's where, like, the whole, like, control thing, because he was out of control in that situation. He tried to control other things. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he would have promises of love and sexual freedom. So sex was used as a recruitment tool. He often used women in the family to lure men into the group. Basically, like, to have sex. Mm-hmm. And then Manson preached about an imminent race war. He convinced followers they would be chosen survivors ruling a new world order that gave them, like, a higher purpose type of thing. And then they were living at Spawn Ranch, so they were cut off from family, jobs, and mainstream culture. This isolation deepened their dependence on Manson for identity and survival. And then he would also, be violent and intimidating. Followers saw him commit beatings and threats, which created fear for leaving. So I think, like, all of that mixed together is why these people, like, followed him and, like,
Cults
did
are
that
so
stuff.
Weird. The mental, like, changing their whole thought process to think that, like, other people are, like this is where you should be is so crazy.
It's crazy. So basically the police started finding, like, out the people who were, like, doing the murders. Mm-hmm. They didn't at first connect the Tate and the LaBianca crimes. They thought they were completely, like, unrelated. And Manson's name, like, wasn't on their radar yet. And then auto theft at Spawn Ranch, so the ranch that they all lived at. Sheriff deputies raided Spawn Ranch for an auto theft ring. They were stealing cars and converting them to dune buggies. About 25 members were arrested, including Manson, but charges were dropped because of a paperwork mistake.
Wait, why did they raid the ranch?
Because the cult people and Manson would steal people's cars and turn them into dune buggies. Like, at the commune or whatever. Oh. And then...
wait, what's a dune buggy?
Let me look up a picture for you. I don't know how to explain what it is. I think it's what the Amish people use, or maybe I'm completely wrong.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, okay.
I don't know. So Susan Atkins, I guess, was arrested. She was already in jail because she was on suspicion of the Hinman's murder, and she would brag to her cellmates about killing Sharon Tate and others. And then word got back to the detectives, which finally linked the whole, like, cult family to the Tate murders. And that's how they finally caught him, because he was arrested for the unlinked crimes, like the car theft and arson and everything. So then once he was in there is when he was, like, they connected him to doing all that. And then his charges were... So it was 1971. His charges were first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder. Manson was convicted because he ordered and masterminded the killings, even if he didn't physically stab or shoot the victims. His initial sentence was the death penalty, but he was denied parole many times and spent the rest of his life in prison. Manson died in 2017 at age 83, still incarcerated.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
I know that there was one chart, or there was something, I think it was the drug deal portion, because he had asked someone, I think his name was Tex, or like something like that, bought drugs from him to give to a gang for protection.
Okay.
Or something like that. And they were like, if we give you these drugs, like, you, like, can protect us. And then I guess the drugs weren't good. So they went to the guy that sold them the drugs, and he already spent the money. So he was like, I don't have the money. The drugs were just fine. Like, you're just going to have to deal with it. And he had two people hold him hostage and, like, beat him and, like, be like, give us the money. Give us the money. And so they called him. It was like 2 days later, and they were like, he's not cooperating. And Charles Manson was like, I'll be right there. So I guess one of the guys, like, slid him on the face to, like, try to get him to talk. And he was like, okay, that was like that was a little much. Like, what are you doing? So then he was like, well, now we have to kill him because now he's going to snitch on us.
Oh my God.
So that's when it all like kind of spiraled.
Damn.
But they didn't mention that in court because then it kind of would have looked like the whole thing was a drug deal gone wrong. And he wouldn't have been able to been pinned.
For everything else.
So they kind of kept that out because they still wanted him like incarcerated for the rest of his life.
Got it, because you can't like double try for different things.
Right. And then it would have been like other people involved, so they were just like, we're just gonna leave that out.
Interesting.
Yeah. What does it say about like his family, like how he grew up? Because that's where it all starts.
His mother was neglectful and spent time in prison for robbery. At one point, she even tried to trade him for a pitcher of beer. He bounced between relatives and foster homes.
Could you imagine knowing that you were like going to be sold for beer? Like, I'll give you a child. Can I have some beer?
He spent more than half his life in prison before even forming like the cult.
The girl who I was watching talk about this story, she was saying how he had said he wanted to live. When he got released from prison, one of the first times, he was like, can I just stay here?
Oh my God.
So she was saying how it probably felt like more home.
Yeah.
I also know that like a lot of homeless people, they purposely get into trouble so they have shelter.
I mean, shit, I'd do the same thing.
I mean, yeah.
I'd rather be in jail having food and shelter,
water, a shower.
Out there.
Like sleeping on concrete.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I think he just wanted a place to be.
Yeah.
And after that, he just created his own.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's like with a lot of serial killers and stuff, they always like have those like broken home. Well, not always, but majority of the time,
yeah.
They have like a broken like childhood, family, home life type situation. And then that leads to like all these different mental things that cause.
It's so crazy because it's usually always, I feel like men are typically more likely
to do the serial
serial killing, and it always comes from the mom. Always. That the mom was neglectful, the mom didn't love him.
So they like hate women.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they kill. Or it's just, I think it's weird how like chemical imbalance can make you want to do that in your brain.
Yeah.
There was this one guy I forgot where I saw him. I watched a video about him talk about it, and he said that this 15-year-old, he was a school shooter, and they took a brain scan, and it was like...
Oh, yeah, they were like, it was dead.
It was dead. It was so small that he had so much chemical imbalance.
And, like, hatred, yeah.
And it's so sad. Because I feel like sometimes, I saw that. It's like he can't help it.
It's insane.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, you don't need to.
It's insane. When you really don't realize, like, how strong the brain is. And
right.
I used to want to be, so I wanted to be a forensic investigator my whole life. Took forensic investigating classes, all that. And then I was like, oh, I don't do well with blood. And I feel like it would be very depressing, like, for me, because, like, if I let the family down or I didn't get justice or something, it'd be very damaging.
A lot of emotional.
And I feel like I'd be scarred, like, seeing all that all the time.
Yeah. I wanted to be a homicide detective for quite a while because I find so much interest in this stuff. But I can barely watch a documentary without having nightmares. Yeah. Dahmer gave me nightmares. I literally, I cannot watch stuff like that too much because I get so paranoid.
Yeah.
And, when I'm out, I'm like, oh, my gosh, where... I get so in my head that I have to take, breaks when I want to watch that stuff because then I just get too, anxious. But the more... Because I was obsessed with watching 48 Hours.
Yes, I loved 48 Hours.
Me and my dad watch it all the time. We always have cops on. And I just more of I just think it's so interesting. But then at the same time, I was like, I would not be able to see deceased bodies. I would not be able to, if it was a child, I would not be able to come home at night and be able to go to sleep. The emotional,
toll it takes.
Toll.
Yeah. That's why I ended up changing, and I wanted to be a forensic psychologist. So going into the prisons and like understanding the way a serial killer's mind works.
I love watching death row interviews.
Yeah, I really wanted to do that, and because I think it's so interesting just to see like doing the brain scan, seeing like why they did what they did, like trying to figure it out and piece together.
Yeah, like getting the pattern of like, okay, well, what was your home life?
Yeah, it's so interesting.
The Idaho murder, the guy, I haven't watched it just because I just don't think I can, but I guess he had said that he was like studying like criminology.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get into the mind.
Come in.
To get into the mind of a murderer, so he murdered.
Hey, Shayla.
Hello.
We're doing, because we had to do double podcasts, so we're in the middle of the first one.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
No worries. You look so cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, the Idaho murders, I literally know everything about them.
Can you please tell me about it? Because I know nothing.
I'm so obsessed with that case.
Except I know that like he like went in there and killed all of them. Okay. But I don't know anything about it.
So, everyone I feel like who even likes true crime like probably already knows this entire story.
Not me.
But there was Ethan Chapin. He was dating Xana Kernodle, who lived in a house with Maddie Mogan.
Oh, wow, we are first and last naming.
And what were the other ones' names?
Did I already say Xana?
Yeah. It was Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee. Those were the 4 that died. Yeah. So they also had 2 other roommates, Bethany and... I'm trying to remember their
Wasn't
names.
it like over break?
Bethany and Dylan.
Like winter break or something?
Yeah.
And they were like...
Bethany and Dylan. Basically, they all lived in this house, and this guy, Brian Koberger, came into the house like in the middle of the night and literally stabbed all 4 of them to death. And basically, he went on... How did he get arrested? Do you know?
I don't remember how he got arrested, but I know they like saw his car and stuff. 'Cause like when everything like ended, you just see a car on the cameras that were at the house like speed away, and I think it had gone by a couple times or something, and he had made like calls to his parents and stuff like that around the time, but I don't remember exactly how he got arrested.
I know because he called his dad to like drive cross country with him to Pennsylvania, like where he's from, to like get the car, I guess, out of the area. He got pulled over like 3 times on that drive and got warnings for all 3.
What?
Which is crazy. For like tailgating or something. And then when he got home, the police, I don't know what caused them to be suspicious. I can't fully remember that detail.
I remember at least like he was he was getting his master's in criminology or criminal justice or something, and he was like obsessed with it in class.
Obsessed with true crime and this whole case.
And I want to say, wasn't there some kind of like site where he was like...
Yes, the questionnaires.
Yes, and he was like involved in it.
Yeah.
Like always either asking questions or information or something, so that could have been one of them. But I know his like obsession in class with it too, I think made some classmates...
He was a teacher's assistant at the college.
What?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Early 30s, I think.
Oh my gosh.
And he posted like a whole questionnaire thing for people to answer for his like graduate thesis type thing, and it was like, if you've committed a crime, like give me a detailed response as to like what did you clean up before you left, or like all these detailed things.
What?
That's a really
weird question to ask.
Before the murders happened. So there was all these questions, and then during the court case, Kaylee, the one who died, her older sister, did the most amazing speech to him.
I saw that.
And asked him every single one of those questions that he had on.
Oh my gosh.
He had posted on the questionnaire.
And she like turned the podium.
Yeah.
To like face him, like look him in the eyes.
She was a queen, literally.
I know, he's getting like
He's life in prison.
Yeah, but all the like the people like in the prison are like ambushing him. Like
oh yeah, they had him
harassing him. Yeah. They're harassing him, and he was like, I want to request to be in a solo cell. Are you kidding me?
I wish that wasn't even allowed. Like,
no. I hope you drop that soap every time you're in the shower. Like, please.
Literally, no, he's terrible. That whole case was like crazy.
Yeah, I haven't really watched anything on it, but I did see the big sister give the speech where she was like, I hope you don't find satisfaction that people like have like know your name or something like that. Like it was like some crazy line. He had
stalked, I think it was either Kaylee or Maddie before.
Did he have a reason for doing it, or was he just like the whole like I want to get in the mind of a killer kind of thing? Because that I know.
Well, I know for sure it was Maddie because Kaylee wasn't supposed to be there.
True.
She came because she was supposed to like the theory I think is Kaylee came back to like show her new car or something and stayed the night in bed with Maddie, and the theory is that he went there to possibly have sexual relations or rape Maddie. I don't know if the plan was to kill her after or what, but when he got in there and Kaylee was in there, it threw off his plans, which is why like Kaylee had so much aggression shown on her compared to like all the other murders. She was the one that was like brutalized the most.
He like disfigured her face, like you couldn't even recognize her, and her teeth were missing.
Yeah, she had because what they think is like she woke up, she had a broken nose, her teeth were missing.
What the hell?
And then he proceeded to kill her because he was so angry that she, again, it's all theory, but that she threw off his plan because he couldn't get Maddie alone. And so then throughout that, Maddie obviously wakes up. And then the one girl who survived, like, saw him in the...
Passing by her room.
And Xana, I think, died because her, like, DoorDash order or something came. So she went down the stairs or something to go and get her DoorDash order because it came to the door. And he saw her and followed her into the bedroom, which is then where Ethan was, who was, like, blackout drunk.
And she was, like, fighting for her life. So she was found in, like, the doorway on the floor. It was a brutal murder. There was literally blood dripping outside of the walls of the house. That's how much blood was in there.
Oh, my gosh.
It was crazy. It was really, really bad.
People are capable of the most insane things.
Yep. It was literally insane. The whole situation.
It's so sad.
It is. They're so interesting to like watching those types of things. But it definitely like that's why when I wanted to be the forensic investigator, like it's just so sad to be surrounded by that every single day.
All the time, yeah.
Like I couldn't do that every single day.
Especially if like the case goes cold or like you just can't like there's just no leads. It's like you feel so lost.
I'm literally watching like before you got here I just started this new show that came out last night. It's Death in Apartment 603 or something. It's this girl named Ellen, and I just started. I only got through the first episode, but basically she was like in her house and they found her dead in the kitchen with stab wounds all over the front of her, in her neck and in her back, and the fucking cops ruled it as a suicide.
What?
Her husband wasn't home.
I'm sorry, but some cops are so dumb.
They ruled it as a suicide, closed the case, didn't even investigate.
Whoa.
Had crime scene investigators come in, clean up the whole scene. She was Jewish, so she was buried within 2 days because they do like a different type of service. And then the medical examiner ruled it a homicide and was like, no, this was not a suicide.
100%.
Like, how would she stab herself in the back?
Yeah.
And
also, I feel
all
like
the evidence was cleaned up. And so...
crime scene cleaning is like crazy.
I'm getting sussed out, though. I think it was like the husband from what I've seen so far in the first episode. I'm like sussed out about him.
Why do you think it's the husband?
The way that they're setting it up in the documentary, it's like kind of pointing to the fact that we're thinking it's him.
Or do you think the husband hired a hitman or something?
Possible. He was like down at the gym.
He at least had an alibi to be like, oh, I was gone, I wasn't there. You can like check cameras or whatever.
Yeah. He was at the gym for 40 minutes. When he left, she apparently was alive. When he came back 40 minutes later, she was dead. And they said it was, like, weird because it was, like, she was in the kitchen, like, cooking food. Why are you going to kill yourself in the middle of cooking food?
Yeah. Well, and stab yourself in the back. Like,
my thing is, like, usually if it's a suicidal type thing, like, you start seeing, like, a pattern in the day as to what's going to happen. Like, you'll see maybe they're drinking or they're doing something. It's not like they're in the middle of cooking a meal for themselves. And like randomly, like, I'm going to kill myself.
And also, I feel like stabbing yourself is not, I mean,
and there was a knife sticking out of her chest.
And they didn't check the knife.
And they didn't check her back. They didn't know there were stab wounds in her back until she got to the medical examiner. Because the husband told them that she
the only way I could see that as a suicide is that the knife was still there. That's the only way I could see it as a suicide if they didn't know that there were stab wounds on her back.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't we check the body?
Right. Examine it before you clean up everything.
As soon as the husband told them that she was on depression medication, and that she was sad lately, they ruled it a suicide.
Okay.
Like, just by his word.
Okay, well, y'all might want to keep an eye on me.
It was weird. By the way, guys, Shayla is here. That's who is talking in the background and helping us. But it was really weird. And then you heard the 911 call, and he didn't have you can't really judge someone's reaction because you don't know how they're gonna react. But it was a weird reaction when he found her.
Was he super calm?
Yeah, he didn't have much of a reaction. It was kind of weird.
What did he say? Do you remember?
I don't remember. He was just like, I can't. She has blood all over her. I can't unzip her shirt I can't take her shirt off because there's a zipper. You could literally unzip her shirt. And then he was like, I think she's dead, and he just started crying, but it was a very weird like
a forced cry.
Yeah, it was weird. So I'm gonna have to get to the end of the show and update you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give us an update.
It's really good so far. She was gorgeous.
Have you all watched Blackbird yet?
No.
You need to.
I need to.
You need to.
Oh my god, it's on my list, but I don't have anywhere to watch it. I have to pay. What is it?
Come over sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it on again?
I think we watched it on Prime Video or movie.
Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show.
Okay.
I think there's 10 episodes or something, but it's only one season because you finish it within that season. But highly recommend.
I need to watch it because I'm a true crime junkie.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And anything else to add?
We're double filming today because we're doing it with Shayla, so we were kind of all over the place. I still feel like we did kind of good.
We tried to stay on we stayed on track pretty well. We didn't really veer off or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Well, love you guys. See
Bye.
you soon. Bye.